Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and I hope that I am able to record this fine because I did record it once, but then all of a sudden something happened and the whole thing just disappeared. So I am recording this for the second time, but I will not miss any point at all. So once again, welcome back to my channel, and do not forget to subscribe the channel. Do not forget to hit the bell icon. If you want the PDF of this case, then either you can comment in the comment section, and if there are enough comments, I'll make sure to bring the PDF to you in some way or the other. Or if you really need the PDF, you can DM me on my Instagram channel too. So this is our first medicine case, and above all, this is a respiratory case. So hello everyone, and in today's video we are going to discuss a case of 73-year-old female, and the case is of acute exacerbation of bronchial asthma. Now let us start. The female is presenting with cough and breathlessness, but we are not just going to read the case. I am going to show you how to approach each clinical finding and what it means and what questions an examiner can ask you from it. So let us start with the history. Now this is the identification data. जब हम start करते हैं identification में, a lot of people like us, we are almost like blank कि हम पूछें क्या. So make sure that you start with the name, the age, the sex, the religion, the occupation, the address, and then the dates of examination and admission. So it is basically like okay. So name, age, sex, religion, occupation, address, and the dates. So our patient is Mrs. Sushila Devi, 73-year-old female, a Hindu housewife from Azamgarh. Okay, currently residing locally. She was admitted on 21st July 2026 and examined on 22. This is August. This is July. Okay, moving on. So the thing is that after हम सबसे पहले पूछेंगे कि नाम क्या है, then the patient will tell, or the patient's attending will tell her or his name. Now why the religion is important, ask it comfortably to the patient, because obviously the comfort of the patient is very important, and or if possible guess from the name. Occupation is important क्योंकि what if जो उसका occupation है वो कहीं ना कहीं सिग्निफाई करे कुछ उसकी डिसीज़ के लिए. फिर उसके बाद उसका लोकेशन इम्पॉर्टेंट है. हो सकता है कि आजमगढ़ में बहुत ज़्यादा पेशेंट्स हो एस्थमा के, तब तो ये नैरो डाउन करता जाता है कि पेशेंट को दिक्कत क्या है. नाउ चीफ कंप्लेंट्स. ओके, एंड ऑल्सो do not spend too much time on the details. The important thing is कि एक elderly patient है, तो इसकी वजह से both obstructive airway disease हो सकती है और cardiac causes भी हो सकते हैं breathlessness के, जो कि consider करने हैं हमें. Now the chief complaint. The patient presented with cough for 5 months and shortness of breath for 1.5 months. Cough for 1.5 months and shortness of breath for 1.5 months. What I need to tell you is that do not use of, do not use since. it is always for. तो इसमें क्या करना है, नोटिस करो कि जो डिसीज़ है वो, सो यस, कमिंग बैक टू द सेम थिंग, what can one do about iPad storage? They give such less storage and now all of it is full, because obviously I have a lot of medical books and the videos and I don't know what. Now coming back to our topic, so the important thing is that the patient हमारा जो है वो elderly है, and जब भी हम लोगों को चीफ कंप्लेंट प्रेजेंट करनी होती है, ऑलवेज अरेंज देम क्रोनोलॉजिकली एंड ऑलवेज मेंशन द ड्यूरेशन. मतलब जो पहले आया वो हम पहले बताएंगे और ड्यूरेशन हम बताएंगे. नाउ हिस्ट्री ऑफ प्रेजेंट इलनेस. नाउ लेट अस ब्रेक डाउन द टू मेजर सिम्टम्स सेपरेटली. फर्स्ट, कफ. ऑलराइट, द patient was apparently well 1.5 months back when she developed cough for 1.5 months, insidious in onset, gradual in progression. This immediately tells us that we are dealing with a relatively chronic or subacute process rather than an acute onset illness, because 1.5 months to hai, so the cough is productive. The patient produces approximately 1 spoonful of sputum per day. The sputum is mucoid, non-foul spelling. Now, why do we ask about the character of the sputum? Because sputum can give us clues about the underlying pathology. Now, for example, mucoid sputum airway disease बता सकता है. Purulent sputum जो होता है वो म्यूकॉइड एयरवे बता सकता है, एयरवे का डिसीज़. प्यूरुलेंट स्प्यूटम इन्फेक्शन बता सकता है. फाउल स्मेलिंग स्प्यूटम एनारोबिक इन्फेक्शन या फिर लंग एब्सेस वगैरह बता सकता है. और ब्लड स्टेन्ड अगर है तो हीमोप्टिसिस या फिर कोई और डिफरेंट डायग्नोसिस बता सकता है. तो हमारे पेशेंट में क्या है, हमारे पेशेंट में म्यूकॉइड और नॉन फाउल स्मेलिंग है. The cough was aggravated on lying down and relieved in sitting position. Okay. So ये भी एक important clue है. क्यों? क्योंकि cough and breathlessness that worsen on lying down make us think about orthopnea and possible cardiac involvement. जबकि respiratory diseases can also produce positional symptoms. The cough is associated with hoarseness of voice and there is no history of hemoptysis, fever, night sweat or rhinorrhea. Rhinorrhea is runny nose. ENT में पढ़ा होगा आपने. The negative findings are important because they help us move away from certain differentials such as pulmonary infection हो गया, TB हो गया, upper respiratory tract infection हो गया और other causes जो है. Now again, cough for 1.5 months, insidious in onset, gradual in progression, aggravated on lying down, relieved on sitting upright, expectoration, productive in nature, approximately 1 spoonful per day, mucoid in consistency, non-foul spelling, associated symptoms associated with hoarseness of voice, negative history, not blood tinged, no history of fever, night sweat or rhinorrhea. Now, shortness of breath. Second major symptom है ये हमारा. The breathlessness was also insidious in onset, gradual in progression, aggravated on exertion. This is something we commonly see in both cardiac and respiratory diseases. It is also aggravated on lying flat, मतलब orthopnea, and temporarily relieved by rest and sitting upright. Okay. This is what is the correct definition of orthopnea. Orthopnea में breathlessness होती है and it is like a classy symptom of heart failure. So orthopnea exactly होता क्या है? Orthopnea is breathlessness occurring on lying flat and relieved on sitting or standing upright. The next finding is even more important. The patient gives history of multiple episodes of sudden breathlessness during the night that wake her from sleep, that is paroxysmal nocturnal dyspnea. More than 7 episodes. The distinction is important. मतलब जो ऑर्थोपनिया है, it is breathlessness on lying down. But PND में क्या होता है? Patient wakes up from sleep because of breathlessness. एंड जो PND है वो क्लासिकल लेफ्ट साइडेड हार्ट फेलियर का साइन है, तो बहुत ही ज़्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है. PND मीन्स लेफ्ट साइडेड हार्ट फेलियर. ये आपको याद आना चाहिए अगर PND के बारे में आप सुन रहे हैं. बट ऐसा नहीं है कि इस पेशेंट को लेफ़्ट साइडेड हार्ट फेलियर है, मतलब क्लासिक है ये, इसलिए बस बताया है मैंने. वी विल रूल आउट मोर, तो फिर हम कंसिडर करेंगे. इम्पॉर्टेंट नेगेटिव हिस्ट्री क्या है? देयर इज़ नो हिस्ट्री ऑफ चेस्ट पेन, पैल्पिटेशन, सिनकोप और डिजीनेस. अब हम पूछ क्यों रहे हैं ये? बिकॉज जब एल्डरली पेशेंट प्रेजेंट करता है ब्रेथलेसनेस में, तो हम लोग बस रेस्पिरेटरी कॉज पे रेस्ट्रिक्ट नहीं होना चाहते हैं. चेस्ट पेन मतलब इस्चीमिया हो सकता है उसको, पैल्पिटेशंस से एरिथमिया हम लोग रूल आउट कर रहे हैं, सिनकोप से एक्सर्शनल सिनकोप हम लोग रूल आउट कर रहे हैं. तो ये नेगेटिव हमें कंस्ट्रक्ट करवाता है डिफरेंशियल डायग्नोसिस. रूल आउट कर रहा है चेस्ट पेन, इस्चीमिया को. पैल्पिटेशंस रूल आउट कर रहा है एरिथमिया को. रूल आउट कर रहा है एक्सर्शनल सिनकोप को. Now, past history. The patient is a known case of bronchial asthma और reactive airway disease भी बोल सकते हैं, पर bronchial asthma is fine. She has had a similar episode 3 years ago lasting for 4 weeks, which was relieved with oral inhaled medications from a local practitioner. This is important क्योंकि ये already एक obstructive airway disease है, एंड इससे मतलब पॉसिबिलिटी है कि ये एक एग्जैजर्बेशन है. नोन केस है हाइपरटेंशन का, डायबिटीज़, टाइप 2 डायबिटीज़ मेलाइटस का फॉर पास्ट 10 years, जिसके लिए वो अभी ओरल मेडिकेशंस भी ले रही है. ये इम्पॉर्टेंट इसलिए है क्योंकि इससे CVS का खतरा बढ़ जाता है. नाउ मूविंग ऑन. There is no history of TB or contact with a known case of TB or previous cardiac admissions. Now, no significant family history of asthma, allergy, TB or sudden cardiac death. Personal history, diet is mixed. Sleep, क्योंकि उसको already PND है तो उसकी sleep अभी तो disturbed है, but पहले कैसी थी? पहले ठीक थी. तो ये हम पूछेंगे और ये हम लिखेंगे. बॉवल एंड ब्लैडर आर नॉर्मल. एडिक्शंस उसको नहीं है. स्मोकिंग, अल्कोहल, टोबैको इनटेक का एडिक्शन हैबिट कुछ नहीं है उसको. एलर्जीज, दिस इज़ इम्पॉर्टेंट बिकॉज द पेशेंट रिपोर्ट्स वर्सनिंग ऑफ सिम्टम्स विद डस्ट, पोल्यूशन और एंड लाइक कोल्ड और रेफ्रिजरेटेड फूड आइटम्स. दिस इज़ इम्पॉर्टेंट क्योंकि कई बार जो ब्रोंकियल एस्मा के पेशेंट्स होते हैं उनमें ट्रिगर होता है एक्सपोजर पे, जिसकी वजह से सिम्टम्स प्रेसिपिटेट हो सकते हैं. तो ऑलवेज आस्क अबाउट डस्ट, पोल्यूशन, स्मोक, परफ्यूम्स, ऑक्यूपेशनल एक्सपोजर. तभी ऑक्यूपेशन पूछा था, ये तो हमारी हाउस वाइफ है. इंडिविजुअल ट्रिगर्स हो गए. नाउ belongs to lower class of family according to modified BG Prasad. Always consider कि कौन सा स्केल हम यूज़ कर रहे हैं. There is modified BG Prasad and Kuppuswamy scale. Last year community medicine we all have done that. Now, course during hospital stay. Patient is improving on medication but symptoms have not fully subsided. General examination. Now let us move to the examination. The patient is conscious, well oriented to time, place and person. She is lying comfortably on bed in a semi-recumbent position. Semi-recumbent means पेशेंट का हेड और उसका अपर बॉडी जो है वो 30 to 40 डिग्री 45 डिग्री बनाता है हॉरिजॉन्टल के साथ. ये हम देख कर कॉमेंट कर सकते हैं. जनरल एग्जामिनेशन में जो हमें दिखता है हम उसी पे कॉमेंट करते हैं. इंट्रावीनस कैनुला प्रेजेंट ऑन द डॉर्सम ऑफ द हैंड. पिल्ट इज मॉडरेट एंड नरिश्ड. अब ब्रेथलेसनेस पेशेंट, जो ब्रेथलेस पेशेंट होता है वो ये वाली पोजीशन प्रेफर इसलिए करता है क्योंकि इस पेशेंट में लाइंग फ्लैट होने से ब्रेथलेसनेस वर्सन होती है, पर्टिकुलरली इन पेशेंट ऑफ ऑर्थोपनिया. ये पोजीशन बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. इससे डिस्निया कम होता है, इससे एस्पिरेशन का रिस्क कम होता है. इट इज़ अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट पोजीशन. नाउ वाइटल साइंस. ब्लड प्रेशर, इट इज़ 128/86 mmHg, measured on the right arm in sitting position. Pulse is 64 beats per minute. Regular, normovolumic, हालांकि सारा हम लोग बताते हैं. Taken on the right radial artery. Regular rhythm होती है. Normovolumic, no radio-radial delay. Respiratory rate is 14 breaths per minute. Thoraco-abdominal pattern क्योंकि lady है, female है. टेम्परेचर afebrile. JVP इज़ नॉट एलिवेटेड. इसके लिए आपको, अगर आपने JVP मेजर किया है तभी बोलिएगा, वरना मत बोलिएगा. इट इज़ मेजर्ड 2 सेंटीमीटर अबव द स्टर्नल एंगल एट 45 डिग्री. नाउ जनरल मार्कर्स हमारे जो हैं, देयर इज़ नो पैलर, इक्ट्रस, क्लबिंग, साइनोसिस, लिम्फेडेनोपैथी और इडेमा. इसके लिए वो हमारा न्यूमोनिक है PICCLE, which is pickle. Now systemic examination, but pause. JVP, why is JVP important here? Because an elevated JVP can indicate raised right-sided filling pressure, commonly seen in conditions such as right heart failure. Okay, so wait a second. Raised JVP means raised right sided filling pressure means right heart failure. Normally, this is what is important. Now, pedal edema is also important because pedal edema से हम systemic venous congestion की तरफ जाएंगे, but both are absent, so it is good. Now, respiratory system. The most important part is the respiratory system examination. इंस्पेक्शन हम लोग ऊपर से करते हैं, अपर रेस्पिरेटरी ट्रैक्ट से करते हैं. नहीं किया तो आपको एग्जामिनर बोलेगा कि आप ऊपर से बताओ. नॉस्ट्रल सेप्टम नॉर्मल, साइनस टेंडरनेस एब्सेंट, टॉन्सिल्स आर नॉर्मल, पोस्ट फेरेंजियल वॉल आर नॉर्मल. आपकी किताब में और भी पॉइंट हो सकते हैं, मेक श्योर दैट यू कवर ऑल दैट. लोअर रेस्पिरेटरी ट्रैक्ट, द चेस्ट इज शेप ऑफ द चेस्ट, elliptical shape and bilaterally symmetrical. There is no supraclavicular hollowing, no rib crowding, no intercostal indrawing. Okay, the trachea appears central. Respiratory movements are reduced bilaterally. Oops. So this one is important. Now, the apex beat is not visible, possibly because of hyperinflation. Okay, and this is important because इससे क्या पता चल रहा है कि ऑब्स्ट्रक्टिव एयरवे डिसीज़ हो सकती है। क्यों? क्योंकि वेंटिलेशन कम है, तभी तो मूवमेंट जो है वो डिक्रीज है। सो नाउ अगेन, चेस्ट. Shape of the chest is elliptical shape, bilaterally symmetrical. Supraclavicular hollowing is absent. No rib crowding, no intercostal inroing. Spine is normal. Important है क्योंकि स्कोलियोसिस वगैरह हम लोग रूल आउट करते हैं. सब कोस्टल एंगल इज़ नॉर्मल. ट्रेकिया इज सेंट्रल, डेविएटेड नहीं होना चाहिए. जिस साइड पे एनॉमली होगी उसी तरफ ट्रेकिया डेविएटेड होता है. एपेक्स बीट इज़ नॉट विजिबल. ओके, नो विजिबल पल्सेशंस और स्कार. Respiratory movement is reduced bilaterally. Now, palpation percussion was not elicited. अगर कोई पेशेंट मुझे मिलता है जिसमें एलिसिटेट होगा then I'll tell you. Auscultation. Auscultation is very important because इसमें की फाइंडिंग मिलती हैं. On auscultation, vesicular breath sound are present but decreased bilaterally. This is important. Okay. There is an expiratory wheeze. Air entry is reduced bilaterally. There is, all right. Now there are no crepitations, no pleural rub. Okay. Bilateral diffuse rhonchi is present. This is very important. अब now एक चीज़, what is, यही तो 3 फाइंडिंग्स हमें मिली हैं. तो अब अगर हमने बोला है कि वीज़ है, तो वीज़ है क्या? वीज़ इज़ अ कंटिन्यूअस म्यूजिकल रेस्पिरेटरी साउंड usually more prominent during expiration. Okay. Caused by narrowing of small airways. Continuous musical respiratory sound usually more prominent during expiration caused by narrowing of small airway. Okay. Wheeze. Now rhonchi. अब हम बताएंगे कि rhonchi है क्या. And also one more thing, अगर मैंने बोला है कि वीज़, तो मैं वीज़ के बारे में एक और बात बता दूं कि associated with asthma and obstructive airway disease. Yeah. Now rhonchi. Rhonchi are वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट क्योंकि rhonchi लो पिच्ड होते हैं, कंटिन्यूस साउंड होते हैं. दे आर नॉट म्यूजिकल. दे कैन अकर ड्यू टू सिक्रीशंस एंड एयरवे ऑब्स्ट्रक्शन. सो let me write this down too. Low pitched, okay, continuous sounds due to secretions and airway obstruction. Okay, now let us look at the combination. The other things I have not examined because it was not necessary. Now there is reduced air entry, expiratory V's plus diffuse bronchi. There is obstructive airway component. Okay, so orthopnea PND भी था, which is associated with classical cardiac failure. And now I will tell you that now let us summarize first. Okay, then I'll tell you the provisional diagnosis and everything else. Okay, but let us summarize first. So we have a case of 73-year-old woman with history of bronchial asthma, hypertension and diabetes, presenting with 1.5 months of gradual progressive cough and breathlessness. The cough is productive with mucoid sputum. Okay, the breathlessness is exertional and positional with orthopnea and multiple episodes of PND. On examination, she has bilateral reduced air entry, expiratory V's and diffuse bronchi without crepitations, edema or raised JVP. So our clinical picture suggests a significant obstructive airway component, while the presence of orthopnea and PND means the cardiac failure might also be considered and excluded. So the important lesson here is this, that do not look at one symptom. All the symptoms are helpful in ruling out. And a good clinician connects the history, the examination, the DD, everything. Now let us start. Okay, I'll summarize it. I have summarized it, but I'll tell you how to present it. Okay, so good morning, examiner. Okay, today I am presenting you the case of Mrs. Sushila Devi, a 73-year-old female housewife by occupation, residing permanently at Azamgarh and currently staying locally, admitted to our ward on 21st July 2026, and if possible also add the examination date. She presented with the chief complaints of cough for 1.5 months, shortness of breath for 1.5 months. HOPI, history of present illness. The patient was apparently well 1.5 months back when she developed cough, insidious in onset, gradual in progression, aggravated on lying down, relieved on sitting upright. Productive in nature, approximately 1 spoonful per day, mucoid in consistency and non-foul smelling, associated with hoarseness of voice, negative history, not blood tinged, no history of fever, night sweat or rhinorrhea, shortness of breath for 1.5 months, insidious in onset, gradual in progression, aggravated on exertion and lying flat means orthopnea, temporarily relieved by rest and sitting upright, history of multiple episodes of night awakening due to sudden breathlessness, negative history not associated with chest pain, palpitation, syncope और dizziness. इसमें हम लोगों ने पूरा कार्डियक रूल आउट किया था. Past history, known case of bronchial asthma, had similar episode 3 years ago lasting for 4 weeks, which was relieved on oral medications from a local practitioner. Known case of hypertension, type 2 diabetes mellitus for past 10 years, currently on regular oral medications. No past history of tuberculosis, contact with known TB case or previous cardiac hospital admissions. Family history not significant. Personal history, diet is mixed, sleep is disturbed during night due to breathlessness, adequate prior to the symptom onset. Bowel and bladder habits are normal. Addictions none. Allergies known, hypersensitivity / allergy to dust, pollution and cold or refrigerated items. Socioeconomic history belongs to lower class family as per Modified BG Prasad scale, course during hospital stay, patient is improving on ongoing medication but symptoms have not fully subsided yet. General examination, the patient is conscious, cooperative and well oriented to time, place and person. She is lying flat, comfortably on bed in a semi-recumbent position. Intravenous cannula present on dorsum of the right hand. Nourishment and built, moderately built and nourished. Blood pressure 128 by 86 mmHg measured in the right arm in sitting position. Pulse rate 64 beats per minute taken on right radial artery, regular in rhythm, normovolumic, no radioradial or radiofemoral delay. Respiratory rate 14 breaths per minute, thoraco-abdominal pattern. Temperature afebrile, JVP not elevated, no pallor, icterus, clubbing, cyanosis, lymphadenopathy, edema. Systemic examination, respiratory system inspection, upper respiratory tract, nostril and septum are normal, sinus tenderness is absent, tonsils are normal, posterior pharyngeal wall are normal, lower respiratory tract means the chest, shape of the chest elliptical, bilaterally symmetrical, supraclavicular hollowing is absent, no rib crowding, no intercostal indrawing. Spine normal curvature, subcostal angle is normal, trachea no deviation, it is central, apex beat not visible due to chest hyperinflation, respiratory movement is bilaterally reduced, visible pulsations or scar is absent, auscultation, breath sound, vesicular breath sound present, intensity decreased bilaterally, air entry reduced bilaterally, expiratory wheeze is present. Added sound, bilateral diffuse rhonchi is present, no crepitations, no pleural rub. Now, provisional diagnosis. It is acute exacerbation of bronchial asthma, okay, or acute COPD overlap syndrome in a 73-year-old female, likely triggered by environmental allergens or URTI, okay, upper respiratory tract infection. Known case of hypertension, type 2 diabetes mellitus. Now comes the DD. Left ventricular failure और congestive cardiac failure और cardiac asthma. फेवर में क्या क्या था? एल्डरली एज है पेशेंट का, लॉन्ग स्टैंडिंग हाइपरटेंशन है, प्रोमिनेंट ऑर्थोपनिया है, PND है. लेफ्ट वेंट्रिकुलर फेलियर और कार्डियक एस्मा. अगेंस्ट क्या क्या है? पल्स रेट इसका नॉर्मल है, JVP नॉर्मल है, पीडल एडेमा नहीं है, क्रेपिटेशंस नहीं है. क्रॉनिक ऑब्स्ट्रक्टिव पल्मोनरी डिसीज विद एग्जैजर्बेशन. फेवर में क्या क्या है? इंसिडियस ऑनसेट है, क्रॉनिक प्रोग्रेसिव प्रोडक्टिव कफ है, एक्सर्शनल डिस्निया है, हाइपर इन्फ्लेशन है. अगेंस्ट क्या क्या है? नॉन स्मोकर है, क्लियर हिस्ट्री ऑफ डस्ट, कोल्ड, हाइपर रिएक्टिविटी एंड पास्ट एज्मा हिस्ट्री. अब ब्रोंकोजेनिक कार्सिनोमा या फिर मीडियास्टाइनल मास भी हो सकता है इसको. फेवर में क्या क्या है? एल्डरली एज है, क्रॉनिक कफ है, होर्सनेस ऑफ वॉइस है. ओके, होर्सनेस ऑफ वॉइस इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट बिकॉज ऑफ द involvement of recurrent laryngeal nerve involvement. It is very important, very important. Hoarseness of voice, recurrent laryngeal nerve involvement. Against क्या क्या है? Absence of hemoptysis, fever, significant weight loss, anorexia, कुछ नहीं है उसको. Pulmonary TB भी तो हो सकता है. Subacute और chronic productive cough more than 2 weeks in an endemic setting. Against क्या क्या है? Constitutional symptom ही नहीं है. फीवर, नाइट स्वेट, वेट लॉस, ये कार्डिनल सिम्टम्स हैं टीबी के, जो है ही नहीं उसको. हीमोप्टिसिस नहीं है, कॉन्टैक्ट ही नहीं है उसको टीबी का. सो दिस वाज ऑल. डू नॉट फॉरगेट टू सब्सक्राइब. आई होप दैट I was able to make some difference for you. I hope that I was able to make you understand something, and I hope that I was able to help you out in some way or the other. I know it was long because I repeated things quite a lot of times, and believe me, that is how we learn, you and me both. Thanks for watching and do comment. Thank you.